of Create on Your Campus. Welcome to the Create on Your Campus channel, where we create things with recycled materials that you find on school campuses, and in this case, during our COVID period, also at home. Today's project is going to be making cardboard ornaments. And we're doing this because this month, as part of our Spotlight program that we've talked about before, we're just doing a little recap of some of the materials that we've used in recent months. So cardboard is what we're doing today. And I have these little ornaments that you can make that are really snowflake inspired. Snowflakes to make. All you need is some cardboard that you can cut into squares to start off with. So they don't have to be a specific size. Everything that we make here at Create on Your Campus is from an exploratory mindset and not so much a strict project base. So I would say a square about 3 inches, that you can start with, and you can take a square and you can cut it down into something smaller like a circle or even a triangle. So what I did though was took a hole puncher and I just punched a hole in the top so that this would be the place it could hang from, and then I'll show you how we'll go from there. So when we're making our projects, we want to make them this way, then we need some scissors, and we're going to be doing a series of cuts in the cardboard. And however many cuts you do kind of has to do with then how much detail your snowflake will have. So for example, this snowflake that I made is really simple because I just had a few simple cuts. I did long cuts to get a small piece of yarn stretched across, and I did short cuts to get a long piece of yarn stretched across. So it's a combination of long cuts and short cuts. And you're just doing a pattern when you're cutting your cuts. So you do a pattern like if you're doing short and then long and then short and then long, or short, 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 long, short, short, short. Whatever you're doing, a pattern is really helpful if you want to get a snowflake idea. This snowflake is a little less traditional looking, and this one I had started with big cuts or bigger cuts and then did lots of smaller cuts. But I see mine were not so symmetrical, so I got a truly unique snowflake. With this one, I'll do a square to be of diamond shape. I'm going to do cuts that are, since I want to have long pieces of yarn stretched across the cardboard, I'm just snipping out some corners, and I'm going to do one close to the top. So they're pretty uniform in terms of I did 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. So then I'll add some more cuts, and maybe I'll go in a little further. So I'm going to put my scissors in a little further and do a cut there. I don't want to go all the way to the middle because I would end up cutting cardboard off. But we're going to go towards the middle, and I'm not using a ruler. You definitely can use a ruler. I just like the challenge of, and the way it turns out when I don't use a ruler and I just use my eye. So now I have these basic cuts that you can see, and maybe I'll just add some more little cuts. We'll see what we get. This is really kind of a way you're wrapping your yarn. So you get to explore this and see what you like in your patterns. Okay, so I added some more cuts all the way around. Now I have some yarn, and I'll take my yarn, and if this is the front of my cardboard, I'm just going to put an end through a slit. And then I'm going to choose where to go. So I want to go opposite, even though really the center is my circle. So I'm going a little different. And then I'm going to come and get the other side of it and go back through the same cut. So now I have a diamond. Then I'm going to go and do a side here and a side here. The back is going to look very different than the front. So I would want to be looking at it to see how it's really looking. But I'm going to face it to you so you can see the idea of what we're getting. So the back has a really different pattern than the front does. And if you don't want to see that in the end, then after you're finished, you can put another piece of cardboard behind it so that it only shows the front. So this is the, this is the idea of what we're doing. And this is what you can do to create your very own unique snowflakes using cardboard and some yarn. Hope you like this idea and want to explore it. We'll see you next week with another project idea, and hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. Take care. Bye-bye.